3-part miniseries that I wrote. But I already wrote the script to it. I'm hollering at a few producers right now, and I'm trying to obtain the rights. I've already bought the rights on the story, but I'm just trying to obtain everything right now because I don't want to turn around and somebody else try to go get this shit grabbed and make the Hawkins out into these superheroes when the story need to be told right, correct. It wasn't no right or wrong when it came down to neither one of us. Both of us was in the wrong.
Both sides were wrong.
Both sides was in the wrong.
But the general narrative was like the Hawkins family was fighting against gang members.
Yeah.
Because look,
yeah, you know, they try to make it seem like they was just heroes. No, them niggas was murderers over there. What the fuck you talking about?
Well, especially the son. I don't know about the dad though.
Man, the dad was a murderer too, man. You killed the baby.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. You shot a little girl for some candy, bro. You could have let her have that, man.
Well, when Hawkins Senior passed in 1991, they did an article that says James Hawkins Senior, who defended family from gangs, died. This was July 1991. So I guess they was just kind of like giving him his props for fighting y'all.
Well, just to end on that note, it wasn't no damn fight because if he didn't have help, it'd have been a wrap. But see, at the same token, again, we didn't know that you had made that phone call and them goddamn sheriffs and the Los Angeles Sheriff, LAPD, SWAT, detectives, they had already barricaded themselves on the property and hid on top of the freeway on it. So when we come to do what we needed to do, basically, allegedly, they was already waiting on us. And we didn't have no idea. We thinking it's the family, but it wasn't the family. So they had already had help from day one. So day two, it was the same scenario. They got deeper because it was more police, more law enforcers came.
And he also said, as you mentioned earlier, he had the support of Mayor Tom Bradley.
Oh yeah, that was his road dog, that was his buddy. When he did the press conference in front of his house, that's who came down to watch. Bradley was down there in front of his house.
Well, I always tell people that this is a story that someone needs to write it. Someone should do a screenplay on it. There's like 8 stories from the streets of LA that I love. This is one of them. You know, the whole conflict between the Hawkins family. And this is a man that had 14 kids. 14. and probably up to now, probably 80-something grandchildren by now. And that's $1 million corner. That's a multi-million-dollar corner. Now it is today. That's the point. That's the trip part about it, man. How? Well, you said he had a Rolls Royce back then. But I'm saying it went from that aspect and flipping to one of the greatest burgers in LA. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it has its history. So this is why I say, overall, being the fact that both parties were involved and both parties had their wrong initiative behind it because of what happened, it's still, it's a beautiful story, man, at the end of the day, because it's a story about a community who came together, who done what they thought was right because of the loss of one of their loved ones. And then it's the story about a man who was protecting his father, his family, his property, his son, even though his son was in the wrong. Your son was dead bang in the wrong, bro, you know this. But he still wouldn't give his son up. He wasn't gonna turn his son into the police, and he was the law. So it was about morals and values and principles as a family. So it has a great storyline to it altogether, period, bro. So I don't think, just like my writing aspect on it and me collaborating with these other journalists and other writers, is not to make the story as opposed to anybody comes out as a hero. It's a story that was a real story based on true life events that took place in a community that separated these individuals. Because once upon a time, the community respected it. Because we respected the Hawkins to the fullest at once upon a time. We didn't fuck with that old man. If anybody would have went over there and fucked with him, we would have got at them for fucking with the Hawkins. That's how the relationship was once upon a time. So the separation came about with the murder taking place. Yeah, because in 1983, the father was already in his 70s. His sons were all young. Yeah. And we fucked with him. Like Darlene, like one of the daughters fucked with my homeboy. My OG homegirl from the first generation fucked with the son. Even when the shit was going down, they was already twisted up in the mix with together. So it was family ties from the projects with them already. So that's why I say, you know, we had ties, we had alliance with them, bro. It just, unfortunately, the shit split us up based on that murder that took place with James Hawkins Jr. and Lil Tony, Loud Boy Tony, man. All right, and the last thing I'll ask is, when was the last time you actually ate a Hawkins burger?
Say, man, don't ask me no shit like that, eh?
Because everybody was doing it back then.
Hey, wait, don't
You
ask.
drive right there, right now. There's a line.
Don't ask me no shit like that, man. I don't eat an HK burger, and I'm not eating an HK burger, man. Period, man. It's just the principalities of it, baby. I had to do time behind that shit, man. I can't see myself now go sit on that corner and spend money out of my pocket, even though I can go there and get a free hamburger. The homies work there, but what the fuck I'm gonna go there and sit down for and eat when I gave my life for this corner, man? I ain't gonna be able to do it, man. I don't even fuck with that corner, period. I don't stop. I'm not gonna sit there and kick it right there, because if I do it, it's subject to give me a flashback. Matter of fact, I think I did. I stopped over there two years ago, because I was looking for my relative, and they say he was over there. So I went over there to look for him. I asked the nigga, and he literally was sitting his ass over there eating on some fries. I said, what the fuck is you doing? He going, what, nigga? Shit, I'm hungry, nigga, and this shit good. I said, this shit is garbage, this shit is bullshit. He said, man, you don't even eat this shit, how you gonna know? And I just said, I ain't never eating this shit, man. And that was the only time I ever literally got out my car and stood on that corner since I've done time and behind that shit. Because at one, I want to see the new development from my own eyes too. I need to see, like, they went from this to this, you know what I mean? So, but no, man, I would never eat a burger over there, bro, just on the strength because of my involvement in my past tense. I couldn't see myself today sitting down at HK's and eating a burger, man. Now imagine, man, Los Angeles. I want to talk to the streets of LA. Los Angeles, not just Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Wisconsin, Kansas City, all the coasts, bro. Imagine this. Los Angeles planted this seed in the early 70s, man, called gangs, red and blue. And today, this red and blue has merged throughout the whole world globally and became massive destruction. I hate it, bro. As an individual who was once heavily involved into the gang aspect, I hate it, man. When I look back on this, I hate it. I hate that what we did in Los Angeles and the trend that we set in Los Angeles, it merged throughout this whole entire country. Now you got gangs in neighborhoods that don't even deserve gangs. Shouldn't even be a gang. You got gangs in certain suburbs and certain cities, shouldn't even be a gang there because these cities is quiet, no criminal elements, no killers, no nothing. And now we got senseless killings all over the world, man. So check this out, youngsters. We got a red flag, you got a blue rag, right? You got a red flag and you got a blue rag. What does this mean? Separated, correct? So if these two flags are separated, you know what that means? What that tells you? That we continue to head for destruction, demolish, self on self inflicting the genocides and the killing one another as black men. That's all this shit mean, bro. So now, imagine we took that red flag and that blue rag and we did it like this. And we brought it together and we tied it up into this big old doubled up knot. And we sealed that knot. And once we sealed that knot and you do like this, what did that tell you? It's solid. It's together. It's one consolidation. It's unstoppable, man. It's fucking unstoppable. Think about this analogy, youngsters. Red and blue tied up together, it's unstoppable. I know for a fact because we did it in history, bro. It's not talked about. That's why I had to produce the movie. The peace treaty. We saved life for 12 consecutive years, bro. 12 years there was not a murder in Watts. Not one murder. For 12 consecutive years. Our grandmothers, our aunties, our mothers, our kids can come outside and play. Enjoy the summer times, everything for 12 years, bro. That was the most beautiful thing, experience that I've ever been a part of, and something positive that I've ever did in my life and my way of giving back from this gang shit to my neighborhood. But y'all, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the good that a lot of us out here do. We don't talk about the good and the greatness that a lot of us out here, such as myself, do in the gang. So, last but not least, I'm closing with this knot, man. Tie that motherfucking rag together, bro, and watch how consolidated it become throughout the universe, globally. The dirty South, East Coast, West Coast, the Midwest, tie them motherfucking flags in that rag together and watch how consolidated we become, man. And we can stop these senseless killings and we can stop these murders in these neighborhoods, bro. All these senseless killings, man, and losing these kids and losing our elders and shit from stray bullets and fake ass coward drive-bys, man. On that note, man, tie that motherfucking knot, man, and see how consolidated we can get, man. I'm out of here.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the link